to the latest in my series of podcasts. My name's Steve Thompson. I'm an author, the author of David's Goliath, an initial. I'm here to help you write your novel, give you ideas and confidence in the writing process so you can tell your story. Today's subject is what you read comes out in what you write. As an author and a content writer, I've become aware over recent years that the words you write convey something deeper than just the message you're trying to get across. If you write a lot, then looking back over your writing at a later date will reveal a lot about what you're reading, what you were going through in your life, how you were feeling, and what other factors were around at that time. It makes a big difference to the words that you put on the page. Something as simple as feeling tired will make a big difference to the quality of the work that you deliver. I think most people will accept that. But if a simple factor like this has such an effect, then what about the more complex factors? I've spoken to quite a few photographers that look back over their work and see a great darkness or a great hope in their work at a particular time as examples. They can match this up with what was happening in their life at that time. They may have been going through some personal issues or seen a great deal of positive things happen to them. Their work starts to show this. The same can be said of your writing. If you spend a lot of time reading fictional work, then your writing takes on a fictional element. If you read a lot of newspapers, then your style becomes more factual and resembles a report of what happened rather than prose. You should think about what you're consuming in terms of literature, art, television and experiences, as these will show through in your work. My first novel, David's Goliath, touches on this subject in many places. Here's one of those where the main character thinks about how his reading affects his writing. But a real writer has to be able to match more than just what he felt internally, David heard time and time again. The three main tools for a writer will be able to match the quality of the writing about the internal with the quality writing about the external experiences, and then be able to gear this up with the other writers they consumed. You must read to write. You must read to write. You must read to write. David had repeated this mantra many times since he first decided to write for a living. He knew that more rounded experience of what writing was would help him to produce better quality work. But when he looked at his inbox and saw hour upon hour of work lined up, he felt the need to just write away for others without keeping up the reading side of things. It was a mistake that he'd made more than once before. He could feel his writing starting to drop and wane when all he did was write. When he stopped writing, read other material and realised then the content was much better. When he wrote for himself, he was delighted with the results. When David wrote with a fresh mind, he felt as though the work was right up there with the people he was reading. He aspired to be like a Philip Roth or a Joe Nesbo. But when he wrote Jaded, the work was jaded too. When he wrote in a tired state, David could look at what he's written and feel as though it couldn't be distinguished from what he'd written in school. That's an excerpt from my first novel, David's Goliath. And it gives you a good idea of the way your external factors, the way your external influences can affect your writing. It'd be really good to hear from any of you if you've had experience of this. Thanks for listening. This has been my podcast, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Thank you.